Several years ago, there was a popular song called Live Like You Were Dying. It was really popular because it caused people to really think about what changes they would make in their life. What things on their bucket list would they do if they knew they were going to die in the near future? So one of the questions that came out of that song was, what changes would you make and how would you live differently if you knew you were going to die tomorrow? As I thought about that, there is another reality, and that's not only the reality of death, but also the reality of that one day we're all going to have to face God. And that poses a little different question, and that is, what changes do we need to make? What steps do we need to take to better ready ourselves, not merely for death, but for facing God one day? This would cause all of us probably to do a deep evaluation of how we live our life here. In Psalm 90 in the Old Testament that Moses wrote, Moses said, life here, even if it's long, is short in light of eternity. And it's also full of sorrow and futility. And the only way we can live the way we need to is to look to God for wisdom to make the days count, to do the most with the opportunities that God gives us while we're here. One of the questions we all need to ask then is, what do I need to do to better ready myself, not merely for the reality of death, but also for facing God one day? A friend of mine, when he found out he was dying of cancer, he had lived his life well. So he didn't have to go up or back and with many regrets and change things because he had lived the way he should live. So the question needs to ask, if you found out today that you were going to die in 6 months, what changes would you make to better ready yourself to face God one day? Check out our website, olivergospelmission.org, and find out more about Toby's Place, which we're just about ready to start building.